Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I'm Magda, wife, mom of 2, and certified personal trainer. In this video, I'm going to talk about how do you train in your 20s, your 30s, and your 40s, and what people don't tell you. So let's be honest, our bodies does not hold up the same like it did in our 20s and our 40s. So we're going to talk about how to prepare for your training in every season, what to prioritize, your nutrition, recovery, and exercise to get you up to that point where you can do things like you did in your 20s, or if you're in your 20s, how to maintain that same fitness level in your 40s. I'm going to also say this message that I'm giving to you applies all across the board to both men and women. This is general advice. This advice is not subjective to one individual. If you're listening to this and you're saying, well, my situation isn't like this, you may be the exception, and not everything I say may apply to you, but apply what is necessary. So this one right here is for my warriors. The way that we train in our 20s won't cut it in your 40s. Here are some of the obstacles that we face in our 20s. Inconsistency, living off of stress, little sleep, little to no recovery, bad form, ego lifting, etc. So let's talk about what nutrition, training, and recovery looks like at every stage so you won't burn out, plateau, or fall apart. Building a strong foundation in mobility, endurance, and strength. Developing habits, not just the aesthetics. In our 20s, I could say for me, I was focused on surviving. In your 20s, you really want to just get a head start on life, especially if life isn't handed to you. So most of us are focusing on our education. We're focusing on maybe getting job training or doing both at the same time. Health and nutrition sometimes take a back seat. This is why it's key to start at that stage. What the workouts look like in your 20s: strength training 3 to 4 times a week. Focus on progressive overload. HIIT or conditioning 2 times a week, building your cardiovascular conditioning and mobility. Don't skip this, start now. Trust me, it'll save you later. In my 20s, where am I running? Am I running on pavement? How do I prevent myself from creating any long-term damage? And prioritizing running at the track as opposed to running on concrete. Now, if I have to, I will. With strength training in a gym, strength training can be built at home. It can be built outside. When you're in your 20s, your body is a lot more adaptable and you recover a lot faster. Supplements you want to focus on in your 20s: magnesium glycinate. This is for stress and muscle recovery. Protein intake is critical. You don't have to just do it in protein powders. I prefer primarily getting your protein intake from animal or plant-based sources. The convenient way to take in protein is by the supplement powder form, which is not a bad thing if you're taking it in moderation. Adding supplements like collagen, maca, acai. This is important for your gut health, your bone health, your organ health, your skin, your mood, lowering inflammation. So that covers the list. Training in your 20s. Let's go into the 30s. What does that look like? In your 30s, you want to focus on muscle maintenance, hormone balance, and joint integrity. Stress becomes a bigger factor, and so does sleep quality. Primary focus in our 30s is very similar to our 20s, but this time we want to focus on low impact cardio. In this season right now, what I'm doing is a lot of low impact, high intensity training because I'm in my late 30s, and right now this is not the time for me to be ego training or trying to keep up with what I used to do in my earlier 20s. Throughout that season, a lot of you watched me grow to the woman that I am today. Our bodies does have muscle memory. Once you start to get the momentum going, your body gets comfortable and it just does what it needs to do. In our 30s, we want to focus on strength training 3 times a week, core and posture work, low impact cardio, and metabolic conditioning. And let's not use excuses. Let's use what we have. If you're outside, if you are indoors doing chores, if you have children, using them to squat, lift, push, having them join you in your training, going outside. He will sprint. You understand? I try to create something when they're around. When we're at the park, incorporating activities that's going to keep them engaged and running and doing, just fun stuff that we can run and play around with, so we can bond together by playing, running, using a sport, soccer, or my daughter, she likes to play tag a lot. These things are preventative measures. The 30s, what does that look like? I want to focus on muscle maintenance, hormone balance, and joint integrity. So what does that look like? Incorporating walking, yoga, managing cortisol. Too much HIIT equals burnout. Other supplements for mood support, we can do ashwagandha, omega-3, collagen. In my previous video, I spoke about the benefits of Luminous Boost. It has collagen, the acai, and the maca root. You can get that on upwholenutriment.com. Current sale is 60% off on everything on the site, so definitely go in and check that out. Training in your 40s, what does that look like? Slower recovery. Muscle preservation is top priority, and strength becomes medicine. Strength training 2 times a week, prioritizing muscle mass and bone density. Mobility and stability, your hips, spine, shoulders. Should walk, low intensity movement. Doing this regularly will help to regulate blood sugar, mood, and hormones. Prioritizing rest is important in this phase. Scheduling deload weeks. Overdoing it will do more harm than good. Supplements, you want to take the vitamin D, K2, magnesium, zinc, especially for mood and metabolism. You have your Luminous Boost, your maca root, your collagen, your acai. Your meals should look like high protein, adding cruciferous vegetables for liver detox and hormone balance. These are signs that you're not training at your age. Constant fatigue after workouts, no progress, strength, or body composition, increased injuries or joint pain, poor sleep despite being exhausted. Again, a lot of the supplements that I mentioned, you can also get it in food, you can get it in your vegetables, your fruits, you can get it in any other God-made fruit or vegetable. Testing something convenient in supplement form is also something that is beneficial when done in moderation. Your training looks different at every season, every stage that you're in, but enjoy every stage and every season that you're in. Don't overwhelm yourself. This is not a video to be like, oh no, I can't do what I used to do. I want to preface this and say, crawl before you walk. We don't want to just let our egos get involved in everything. Doctors sometimes may clear you post-surgery or post-injury and be like, all right, you're good to go to train. Always put into consideration that your body isn't the same and you have to build yourself back up. Let me know what stage you're in, what season you're in. What are you implementing to help you in this current season? Let's continue this conversation in the comment section. You can also contact me, magdasilverfitness.com, to consult you. I'll be happy to assist you with that. And as always, stay blessed, stay loved, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.